speech. In the face of adversity, humans have the remarkable ability to find the positive. Approximately 1 month into the COVID-19 lockdown, Gary has found silver linings for himself amongst the rain clouds that he felt were worth sharing with a broader audience. So take down your umbrella, open your mind, and find the good in the very worst. Joy amongst the demise, Gary Penn. Gary Penn, joy amongst the demise.
Imagine, if you will, 30 days ago. Okay, that's a very difficult exercise in the most mundane of times. So allow me to make a few suggestions as to what it may have looked like. You might have commuted to work, an office, a health club, a studio, a medical facility, pick your poison. Perhaps you shopped at a retail store. Perhaps you went to the market that day. Maybe you were lucky and went to a farmer's market. Maybe you took an evening stroll on the beach with your lover, or perhaps with just yourself. You probably didn't do a lot of things that include wearing rubber gloves to the grocery store and putting a cloth mask over your nose and mouth. You probably didn't fret about hand sanitizer or toilet paper consumption. And you probably were not unemployed, underemployed, or fearful of either. Now, one could look at this massive upheaval and think, God, this stinks. And yes, there's no denying that nobody likes a global pandemic. Nobody likes a global pandemic. It does stink. It is hard. It is disruptive. It is emotionally difficult. However, I would encourage you this evening to look at the other side of the coin. Look at humanity. What wonderfully agile and innovative creatures we are. In just 30 days, we have solutioned our way to new forms of communication that were literally unimaginable just 20 years ago. We have been forced into remote recreation, remote socialization, and remote conservation, and they're all wonderful. If only it hadn't taken a virus to show us. Now, remote recreation. Remember when you moved and you had to leave behind your yoga instructor, your local Toastmasters club, your friends at the book club? Well, that time is over. Humanity has ushered in an era that allows us to do anything we desire via remote recreation, education, guided interaction, challenging your self-judging imperfection, peer evaluation, very real emotion, virtual sensation, and mental stimulation. Our consumption is limited only to what we need these days, and we respect each other's space and time and intimacy. That is a beautiful thing. We have beautiful ways of connecting with old friends now. Distant relations, human connections, teams old and new. These are our people. We've become so spread, so wide, so far, and yet we're closer than ever. Now, why didn't I drink a Cadillac margarita with my best friend from high school, who now resides in Portland, when FaceTime came out in 2010? I don't know. But I'm doing it now. No matter. It is happening either way to all of us. We are learning that being alone is okay, and simultaneously that we only need to reach out to not be. Car, plane, bus, train, Lots of things are not necessary for remote socialization. 3 of them are heart, soul, and humanity. When told to shelter in place, I have to admit that my first thought was not, wow, what a boon for Mother Earth. Not really the first thing I thought about. However, LA's and Beijing's air quality are cleaner than they have been in decades. Animals are literally roaming cities at night, unafraid of our drunken meandering. This on the heels of a time 30 days ago when we were looking to teenagers to solve the global crisis of global warming. Perhaps we can learn something from humanity's largest ever experiment. In 30 days, Mother Earth has started to heal. 30 days. Does that inspire some awe in you? Does it give you a feeling of reverence? Do you know that awe and reverence are the first 2 definitions in the dictionary of the word awesome? We are living in a time of fear and panic and upheaval and sickness and, yes, sometimes death. We are also living in a time when we can shine. Neighbors can help one another. Families are spending more time together. Communities are out walking around and smiling on sunny days and most mornings. So tomorrow, when you wake up and you wonder what the day holds, it might be possible to take a moment to remember that we are living through an unprecedented change in the prime of our lives. And therefore, it's okay to catch your breath. And once you do, well, what then? Then support one another. Smile at one another. Smile at your mailwoman. Ask the grocery clerk how he's doing. Give a tip to the barista through the crack in the door that you're getting your coffee through. Join your Toastmasters once a week and hug your family, not out of pity and fear, but out of joy. Joy for what the future may hold. Galvanize and find some joy amongst the demise. Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Gary, for the galvanizing inspiration. If we take a minute on the timer, Kathy, please.
Alrighty.
Chat at the bottom, there's a 3rd link provided by Stephen for speaker 3.